Amos chapter 7. This is what the Adon Yahuah showed me, and see, he was forming locust swarms at the beginning of the late crop, and see, it was the late crop after the mowings of the sovereign. And it came to be when they had finished eating the grass of the land that I said, O Adonai Yahuah, forgive, I pray. How does Yaakov survive, for he is small? Yahuah relented concerning this. It shall not be, said Yahuah. This is what the Adon Yahuah showed me, and see, the Adon Yahuah was calling to contend by fire, and it consumed the great deep and devoured the portion. And I said, O Adonai Yahuah, please stop. How does Yaakov survive, for he is small? Yahuah relented concerning this. This shall not be either, said the Adon Yahuah. This is what he showed me, and see, Yahuah stood on a wall made with a plumb line in his hand. And Yahuah said to me, Amos, what do you see? And I said, a plumb line. And Yahuah said, see, I am putting a plumb line in the midst of my people Yisrael. No longer do I pardon them. And the high places of Yitzhak shall be laid waste, and the Mikdashim of Yisrael shall be destroyed. And I shall rise with the sword against the house of Yerovim. Then Amos the Kohen of Bethel sent to Yerovim, sovereign of Yisrael, saying, Amos has conspired against you in the midst of the house of Yisrael. The land is not able to endure all his words, for this is what Amos said. Yerovim shall die by the sword, and Yisrael certainly be exiled from their own land. And Amos said to Amos, Go, you seer, flee to the land of Yehuda, and eat bread in Nevah there. But do not Nevah any more at Bethel, for it is the sovereign's Mikdash, and it is the house of the reign. And Amos answered and said to Amos, I am not a Nevi, nor am I a son of a Nevi, for I am a herdsman and a grower of sycamore figs. But Yahuah took me from behind the flock, and Yahuah said to me, Go, Nevi, to my people Yisrael. And now hear the word of Yahuah. You are saying, Do not Nevi against Yisrael, and do not preach against the house of Yitzhak. Therefore thus said Yahuah, Your wife shall become a whore in the city, and your sons and daughters fall by the sword, and your land be divided by a measuring line, and you die in a defiled land, and Yisrael shall certainly be exiled from its land. Amos chapter 8. This is what the Adon Yahuah showed me, and see, a basket of summer fruit. And he said, Amos, what do you see? And I said, a basket of summer fruit. And Yahuah said to me, The end has come upon my people Yisrael. No longer do I pardon them. And the songs of the Chekel shall be wailing in that day, declares the Adon Yahuah. Many dead bodies everywhere thrown into any place. Hush! Hear this, you who are swallowing up the needy, to do away with the poor of the land, saying, When does the new moon pass, so that we sell grain, and the Shabbat, so that we trade our wheat? To make the ephah small and the shekel large, and to falsify the scales by deceit, to buy the poor for silver and the needy for a pair of sandals, and sell the chaff of the wheat. Yahuah has sworn by the excellency of Yaakov, I shall never forget any of their works. Shall the land not tremble for this, and everyone mourn who dwells in it? And all of it shall swell like the river, heave and subside like the river of Mitzrayim. And it shall be in that day, declares the Adon Yahuah, that I shall cause the sun to go down at noon, and shall darken the earth on a day of brightness, and shall turn your festivals into mourning, and all your songs into lamentation, and bring sackcloth on all loins, and baldness on every head, and shall make it like mourning for an only son, and its ends like a day of bitterness. See, days are coming, declares the Adon Yahuah, that I shall send a hunger in the land, not a hunger for bread, nor a thirst for water, but for hearing the words of Yahuah. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north to east. They shall diligently search, seeking the word of Yahuah, but they shall not find it. In that day the pretty maidens and strong young men shall faint from thirst, those swearing by the guilt of Shamaron, who say, As your mighty one lives, O Dan, and as the way of Beersheba lives. And they shall fall and never rise again. Amos chapter 9. I saw Yahuah standing by the altar, and he said, Smite the column head, so that the thresholds shake, and break them off by the head, all of them. And the last of them I slay with the sword. Not one of them fleeing gets away, and not one fugitive of them escapes. If they dig into the grave, from there my hand takes them. And if they climb up to the Shamayim, from there I bring them down. And if they hide themselves on top of Carmel, from there I shall search and take them. And if they hide from before my eyes at the bottom of the sea, from there I shall command the serpent, and it shall bite them. And if they go into captivity before their enemies, from there I shall command the sword, and it shall slay them. And I shall lay my eyes on them for evil and not for good. And the Adon Yahuah of hosts is he who touches the earth so that it melts, and all who dwell in it mourn, and all of it come up like the river and subside like the river of Mitzrayim. Who is building his upper room in the Shamayim, and has founded his firmament on the earth? Who is calling for the waters of the sea, and pours them out on the face of the earth? Yahuah is his name. Are you not like the people of Cush to me, O children of Yisrael? Declares Yahuah. Did I not bring up Yisrael from the land of Mitzrayim, and the Palestinites from Caphtor, and Aram from Kir? Look, the eyes of the Adon Yahuah are on the sinful rain, and I shall destroy it from the face of the earth, except that I do not completely destroy the house of Yaakov, declares Yahuah. For look, I am commanding, and I shall sift the house of Yisrael among all the Gentiles, as one sifts with a sieve, yet not a grain falls to the ground. All the sinners of my people are going to die by the sword, those who are saying, Evil does not overtake us nor meet us. In that day I shall raise up the booth of David, which has fallen down, and I shall repair its breaches and raise up its ruins, and I shall build it as in the days of old, so that they possess the remnant of Edom and all the Gentiles on whom my name is called, declares Yahuah, who does this. Look, the days are coming, declares Yahuah, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him who sows seed. And the mountains shall drip new wine, and all the hills melt. And I shall turn back the captivity of my people Yisrael, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink wine from them, and shall make gardens and eat their fruit. And I shall plant them on their own land, and not uproot them any more from their own land I have given them, said Yahuah your Elohim.